The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Well, hello everyone. Hello Absurdians, and welcome back to the show, The Absurd, where we talk about many things absurd. Absurd mysteries and histories, all kinds of silly stuff. Things that are frightening and fanciful and freaky.
Fanciful?
Yeah, I like fanciful.
That's good.
That's a good
like
word.
it.
Speaking of fanciful, there's Mel.
Hi.
Hi, Mel.
Hi.
Are you feeling better?
I'm getting there. I'm at the tail end, I hope.
Yeah, see, that's why we weren't out here last week. Mel was ill.
Yes.
We're not sure if it was Ebola. I think it was Ebola.
Some
But
sort of plague, I swear.
yeah, she seems
Took
to
me out.
seems to be on the better though.
Yes.
You know, she is a bit sniffly.
I am sniffly. I'm a bit coughy, so I apologize.
Yeah, that's okay. But we did come up with an idea. Actually, it was Mel's idea. For every time you hear her cough in this podcast, Mel will send, if you identify the number of how many times, I'll be counting as I edit, she will send you $5 per cough.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you are.
No.
And you know what? We're not going to do it right now, but the amount of response we had to the post about you doing a Newfoundland accent was overwhelming. But we'll wait till you're all healed up and you know your voice is back to its normal lark-like beauty.
Angelic
Then
sound.
well, it's not that crazy. And then we'll do it, eh?
Alrighty.
So it's a damn snowy day out.
Damn snowy day. Yeah.
Yeah, Mel came down here early. We record at my place. She came down here early, in between squalls.
Yes.
It's a good word, eh?
Squallage.
Squallage. Did you see the picture that was posted on Facebook of the main street of Sauble Beach?
Yes, I sure did.
That was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
So, in case you don't know, Sauble Beach is a beach town on the shore of Lake Huron, here in the province of Ontario. And the snow it wasn't just a bank.
No.
Like, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Almost to the bottom of the stop sign on the post.
Yeah, that was nuts.
So that's got to be, I don't know, like 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah? Like, and that's the main street. Like, you're not getting through. Nope.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, so fortunately it's not that bad here. Of course, they would get lots of lake effect snow.
Right.
But yeah, good times for sure.
Good times for sure.
But we're supposed to get more snow tonight.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
but everything else other than you having been ill, everything's good.
Everything's all right. Everything's all right.
And we had a little emergency call from Mel's son just before the show because he couldn't get, what was it, something to do with Roblox? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, buying Robux.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Something didn't go through. I don't know. So the world is ending.
My friend Kara's, particularly her son, but I think both kids were really into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
You
It's.
know.
I don't get it.
I don't need to get it. I don't care.
It's. I mean, hey, whatever. He
Yeah.
plays on there with his friends, and then they all chat on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him chatting on Roblox for
Yeah, no, fair
obvious reasons.
Yep.
So yeah, all you hear is like a bunch of bros and dudes, and
God.
they're all yelling at each other. And
Speaking of bros, you have a story today about bros.
I do have a story.
Yeah,
about
we'll
bros.
get to that
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Anything else we need to... Oh, I almost forgot. We placed our first order for merch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you to everyone who placed orders. I'm only going to name a few. We got Ryan, who ordered 2 t-shirts.
Yes.
We've got Heather, Kara, and Tim, who also ordered t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be up on our social media shortly, but we have some other swag. We've got t-shirts, like I said. We've got hoodies, which you're wearing right now, aren't you?
I'm not.
Oh, it's the same color.
It's the same color.
Yeah, okay,
it looks very similar,
Yeah,
but not it. No.
But we have hoodies, and we have coffee mugs, and we have tote bags.
Yes.
Some kind of notepad thingies.
Yeah.
Spiral back
Possibly
notepads.
toques.
Possibly toques. You'd love that, eh?
I would.
Mel's wearing a
love my
toque
toque.
right now in my place. It's not cold in here.
You know what I
assure
was thinking? We
No.
should get some shirts made up that say Absurdians on it.
Ooh, we
for
are
some
the
swag.
Absurdians.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Absurdians.
Welcome, my son. No, it's no good. Can't do it. I was going to do a Pink Floyd too, but it doesn't work with
No,
Absurdians.
we'll let that go.
Yeah, so I think that about brings us up to speed.
Yeah,
You, my dear, are going to start today.
I am. We'll try and get through this without dying and coughing and all that stuff.
So, yeah, you got a story for us.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All
yeah.
right.
Oh, by the way, before
Yes?
we begin,
What?
because Mel's not feeling tip-top, and I don't have any beer here anyway, we're each having a big mug of hot hibiscus tea.
Mm-hmm. Look at us.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think?
It's good.
You're damn right it's good.
Yeah.
My friend who I worked with at the clinics, she was from Sudan.
Mm-hmm.
She got it for me.
Really?
No,
Like from Sudan?
I don't know. It's got Arabic writing on it or some kind of non.
Okay, maybe.
But it's good. It says hibiscus on
Yeah.
it though.
It's not very strong. I
No.
thought it would be stronger,
No.
but my taste buds probably aren't super heightened right about now.
No,
so.
nothing is. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyways,
Your story.
on January the 16th, a New Zealand woman dashed 100 meters across a running track covered in Legos.
Oh God.
Yeah. In 24.75 seconds.
Oh wow.
That sounds awful.
Does sound awful.
Yeah. I have a son who plays with Lego, and you step on one.
Oh, we've all been there.
And there's a lot of colorful words that come out.
Yeah, agreed.
Sprinting barefoot across 100 meters of Lego bricks feels kind of like getting the world's worst foot massage, says Gabrielle Wall. For her pain, she earned herself a place in the Guinness Book of World Records and a pair of terribly tattered Tootsies.
Oh, I bet.
They're looking a lot prettier than they were, though I have to say that's not saying much. Wall said a few days after the record-setting sprint, they are not looking nice at all. But it wasn't the sprint itself that caused the blisters and calluses. Most of the damage was done during the training, she said.
Oh.
There was only one decent cut from the actual run itself. It must have been a sharp edge. So, how does she prepare her feet for the feat?
Good question. Very good.
Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
I've been barefoot since around November of last year, she said.
Right.
Pretty much everywhere. That's gross. Because feet, gross. Anyways.
Yeah, you don't need feet. They're overrated.
Unless it was a very important work meeting. You imagine?
No.
There's Gabrielle sitting there in a work meeting with nothing on her feet.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Up on the table.
Yes. Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
I hate that saying. You've never
I've
heard that
never
before?
heard that before in my
It's what
life.
the teachers, I should say the teachers, but I've heard it from school. From like the
Crisscross
young,
applesauce?
yeah, for crossing your legs. Now it's crisscross applesauce. I don't know where the applesauce BS
Well, it
came
rhymes,
from.
doesn't it?
It does,
Well,
but
that's
it's
why.
annoying. Like, come on,
Why
what
would
are
you-
we?
I don't know.
It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it
applesauce,
at all.
though. And I hate
I don't either.
I love applesauce.
Do you?
Bit of
Oh, I thought you
cinnamon?
said you
Hell
did.
yeah. But I hate the 90s rap band Crisscross.
Because they make you jump.
And they wore their clothes backwards.
Get it?
Yeah, I got it. Carry on, sir.
Anywho, no, I'll talk about that later.
All right.
Now you made me lose my spot. Oh yes. So I've been barefoot since around November of last year, pretty much everywhere, unless it was a very important work meeting. But I did the Christmas party season barefoot. I did my brother's wedding barefoot.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'd be kicking your ass out.
Wow.
But to truly prepare for stepping on Lego bricks, you have to step on some Lego bricks. I also had a blow-up kids pool in my garage that was filled with training Lego. So I would go in there and I would stomp around on that. Well said. I kind of like to close my eyes and pretend I was stomping on grapes to make wine. Pretty much it's not the same thing.
Not even close.
Anyone who's ever stepped on a Lego piece by accident may find themselves wondering why someone would do it on purpose. A few years back, Wall says she had a cancer scare. Well, it turned out to be a false alarm. It made her reflect on life. Anyways.
I know what I'll do.
I know what I'm going to do to reflect on my life. I reevaluated my bucket list and decided that something that would be really fun to do as a project with my kids would be to set a Guinness World Record, she said. But when the guidelines came through, you weren't actually allowed to attempt this under the age of 18. So it fell on me, the responsibility.
Ha.
Her kids, 11 and 13, were equal parts impressed and baffled by their mother's odd antics, she said. But they were an integral part of her team nonetheless. My son was my coach, my daughter was my manager, she said. And my son tells me that when he turns 18 in 5 years, he's going to be coming for my record.
Kick him out of the house.
Currently, there are no Guinness World Record holders for fastest barefoot sprint across 100 meters of Lego bricks. Once certified, Wall's record will be the first in that category. The record for furthest distance walking barefoot on Lego bricks belongs to Sonny Molina of Woodstock, who trekked upon 8.89 kilometers of bricks in 2021.
What?
Molina, however, cool name, pretty close to being pretty cool,
Average.
may soon be unseated by a Canadian, Shannon Berkman of Cochrane, Alberta.
I know her.
Do you now?
No, I have no clue.
Managed 14 kilometers in Calgary this summer. That's a lot.
Walking on Legos?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wall completed her record run with the help of Imagination Station, a New Zealand charity that uses Legos to offer creative and educational opportunities for kids.
That's like over 8 miles.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Damn straight.
That is a lot.
How does that not kill?
I don't know.
Like, I'd rather run on the 100 meters.
It'd be over faster.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Way faster.
Yeah. I would agree with you.
Like, I thought I was really impressed by that. I still am. But, whatever for her compared to the person who did 14 clicks.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
rather
thank
get
you.
shot out of a cannon. You know? Into a thing of Lego.
Oh my gosh. But
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. That's serioso, man.
Yeah.
Well, good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
I
She says the
suppose.
trick is to keep them to the rectangular bricks and not like the pointy palm tree ones.
See, okay, did you have Lego as a kid?
Yes.
So did I. It was my favorite toy.
Yeah.
Hands down. And while Lego kits existed then, they really weren't big kits.
No,
Like, they were
now
kind of
it's
small.
All kits.
But they were more, huh?
Now it's all kits.
I know, and I don't like it.
No, I don't either.
Like, believe it or not, somewhere around here I have a small tub of Lego. My parents gave back to me. I haven't played with it yet. And I would say if I had, believe you me. But it's all bulk, just loose.
Yes.
And I like that so much more.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? And now it's hipster. Lego's a hipster thing.
It kind of is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And it's fucking expensive.
It's so expensive.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. My son likes the Minecraft ones, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
those are easy for a semi-decent one. It's still it's $50.
Yeah.
And it's not a ton of pieces.
And some of the kits I've seen are like $800-900.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, are you on acid?
Yeah.
You know. Now, you've heard me talk before about the show Top Gear and about the show Grand Tour.
Yeah.
One of the guys on there, James May, has a show on Amazon Prime where he takes toys that were popular in childhood and kind of extrapolates it out. So one thing, for example, well, I'll get right to the point of it. He builds a full-size house out of Lego.
What?
And not just by himself, and I can't remember how many millions of Lego blocks
Oh my gosh.
went into it, but including the furniture, a toilet,
Oh my god.
everything. And it was cool. It was damn cool. But like another one, for example, he runs a model train where an existing train used to run, and it's like 9 kilometers. It's a lot of track, dude.
Yes.
Right? And the whole community gets into like assembling it and monitoring it and so forth. It's a fantastic show. I can't remember what it's called right now. But it's highly recommend it, particularly the Lego one.
There's another show called Lego Masters. I don't know if you've heard of that one. What's
on
his
a
name?
streaming service?
Will Arnett. He hosts that one.
I don't know who that is.
Will Arnett?
Still don't know who it is. You can say it another time. I still won't know. There's $5.
That one's pretty good. It's a competition show, right? So you get a bunch of different teams coming in, and they have themes that they have to build.
Oh,
these
yeah.
big, elaborate Lego structures, and
that's cool.
They a lot of them are animated. They have to do things. It's very, very cool to watch.
Do you know what channel it's on? Like, is it on a regular TV channel or
I
streaming service?
don't remember. I mean, now we watch it on streaming, so I don't.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But it was regular cable, if that helps. So it'll either be CTV or something like that. I don't know.
Did you ever watch Takeshi's Castle?
No.
I can't remember what it was called when it used to be. Remember there was it was Channel 32. What the hell was it? It was like
TLC, wasn't it?
No, but okay. It's the one that hosted Breaking Bad. Whatever network that was. And they were
FX?
No. Let's stop guessing because I can't remember. Anyway, it was a Japanese contest like obstacle courses and stuff.
Oh, yes.
But they had silly American English dubbed over top of it.
I know what you're talking about.
But I can't remember what they called it. The original show was called Takeshi's Castle.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
It was hilarious.
Yes.
Anyway, that just reminded me of
yes.
that. I'm going to look that up, damn it. Yeah, so running over Lego.
Yes.
And you're not into feet, eh?
I hate feet. Like, I like my own because I need them.
Yeah, like you use them most of the time.
Don't touch me with your feet. Don't.
What if the feet have socks on?
It's a little bit better, yeah.
I'll get back to you, everyone.
It's more bare feet.
I'll get back to you. Okay, when the summer comes along, I got a mission, yo.
No.
No, I do. Let me ask you a question.
Can't wait.
Have you ever wanted to fly?
Yes.
Really?
That would be my one superpower. If I could pick one, it's always been my answer, is to fly.
To fly, eh?
Yep.
You ever heard of Lawn Chair Larry?
No.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have the same fantasy, if you like, to be able to fly. Larry, he took it up a notch.
Okay.
So Lawrence Richard Larry Walters had often dreamed of flying, but was unable to become a pilot in the United States Air Force because of his poor eyesight. Therefore, he became a truck driver. He first thought of using weather balloons to fly at age 13, after seeing them hanging from the ceiling of a military surplus store. In 1982, he decided to try his flying idea. His intention was to float over the Mojave Desert and then use a pellet gun to burst some of the balloons in order to descend safely.
Makes sense.
Yeah, sure it does. Sure. So in mid-82, Walters and his then-girlfriend, Carol Van Dusen, purchased 45 8-foot, so 2.4-meter weather balloons from a military surplus store and helium tanks. They used a forged requisition from his employer, Filmfare Studios, saying the balloons were for a television commercial. He purchased the lawn chair from Sears for $109. Now I'm here to tell you, in 1982, $109 is a hell of a lawn chair. Like, I don't even know what it looks like, but it's got to be solid, dude.
Yeah.
So on July 2nd, 1982, Walters attached 42 of the balloons, although Larry himself sometimes quoted 43 in interviews. If you want to get hung up on details and be pedantic. Attached them to his lawn chairs, filled them with helium, put on a parachute, and strapped himself into the chair in the backyard of a home in San Pedro, owned by his girlfriend Carol's mother. He took his pellet gun, a CB radio, sandwiches, 2 liters of Coke, a pack of beer, and a camp. Why would you take beer? That doesn't sound like a good idea at all.
I know, it sounds like a great idea to me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with a beer in my hand.
That's where you want to get the edge off, right? Yeah, I wasn't thinking clearly. So when the cord that tied his lawn chair to his Jeep broke prematurely before the end of a planned delay in notifying the authorities, Walter's lawn chair rose rapidly to a height of about 16,000 feet, 4,900 meters, and was spotted from 2 commercial airliners. He slowly drifted over Long Beach and crossed the primary approach corridor of Long Beach Airport. Not a good idea.
Not a good idea, no.
He was in contact with REACT, a citizens band radio monitoring organization, who recorded their conversation. The conversation is as follows. React. What information do you wish me to tell the airport at this time as to your location and your difficulty? Larry. The difficulty is, this was an unauthorized balloon launch, and I know I'm in a federal airspace, and I'm sure my ground crew has alerted the proper authority, but just call them and tell them I'm okay. React. Well, stay safe and try not to chut it up. You're not supposed to swear on CB radio. After 45 minutes in the sky, Walters shot several balloons with a pellet gun, taking care not to unbalance the load. He then accidentally dropped the pellet gun overboard. Oops. Despite having taken a camera, he did not take any photos. He descended slowly until the balloon's dangling cables became caught in a power line in Long Beach. The power line broke, causing a 20-minute electricity blackout. Walters was immediately arrested by waiting members of the Long Beach police. Regional Safety Inspector was reported to have said, "We know he broke some part of the Federal Aviation Act, and as soon as we decide which part it is, some type of charge will be filed. If he had a pilot's license, we'd suspend that, but he doesn't." Walters initially was fined $4,000 for violations under U.S. federal aviation regulations, including operating an aircraft within an airport traffic area without establishing and maintaining two-way communications with the control tower. Walters appealed, and the fine was reduced to $1,500. A charge of operating a civil aircraft for which there is not currently in effect an airworthiness certificate was dropped, as it was not applicable to his class of aircraft, which was a launcher. Yeah. Just after landing, Walters spoke to the press, saying, "It was something I had to do. I had the dream for 20 years, and if I hadn't done it, I think I would have ended up in the funny farm." He also said, "Since I was 13 years old, I've dreamed of going up into the clear blue in a weather balloon. By the grace of God, I fulfilled my dream, but I wouldn't do this again for anything." 10 days after his flight, Walters appeared on Late Night with David Letterman. He was briefly in demand as a motivational speaker and quit his job as a truck driver. He was featured in a Timex print ad in the early 1990s, but never made much money from his fame. The lawn chair used in the flight was reportedly given to an admiring boy named Jerry, though Walters regretted doing so when the Smithsonian Institution asked him to donate it to the museum. 20 years later, Jerry sent an email to Mark Berry, a pilot who had documented Walters' story and dedicated a website to it, and identified himself. The chair was still sitting in his garage, attached to some of the original tethers and water jugs used as ballast. The chair was placed on loan to the San Diego Air and Space Museum, where it was exhibited in 2014. It was later donated to the Smithsonian after being displayed, at some center, who cares what it's called, in Virginia. The lawn chair is now on display at the National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. Later in his life, Walters hiked the San Gabriel Mountains and did volunteer work for the United States Forest Service. He later broke up with his girlfriend of 15 years and could only find work sporadically as a security guard. On October 6, 1993, at the age of 44, Walters died by suicide after shooting himself in the heart in Angeles National Forest.
Oh.
Yeah. Walters' flight spawned imitators and allegedly inspired the extreme sport of cluster ballooning.
Cluster ballooning.
I had never heard of it.
I'd never heard of this either.
So, poor Larry.
Poor Larry.
No,
indeed.
seriously, that's a shitty ending.
Yeah.
You know? But good on him. He got his 15 minutes.
He did.
And we just read about him.
That's right.
And hundreds of people are going to hear us talk about him. Maybe that's his legacy.
Maybe.
You know?
To be on the absurd.
Would you do that?
No.
in a chair with lots of balloons?
No.
You drop your pellet gun. What? Maybe that's why the beer is like, ah, shit. Well, might as well have a drink. I'd take whiskey, personally, at that point. Because what if you had to pee? Oh, no.
Well,
You'd be working in your backyard somewhere in Modesto, California. Like, hey, the hell's that? Look up. Oh, my God. There's a guy in a lawn chair.
was Wang hanging
He's
out?
weeing. Wang. What is this, the 80s? Yeah.
Wow.
So that's Lawn Chair Larry. Remember the game Leisure Suit Larry?
I was just going to mention that.
Okay.
I love that game.
Not the same dude.
They know. They still make that game.
Like for contemporary platforms?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Still the
pretty
same
sweet.
kind of premise, but I remember my being in high school and that game was out on computers.
Mhm.
I don't remember what kind of, I don't know if it was a Commodore or what it was at that point.
Yeah, not at your age, man.
No.
It wasn't a Commodore. But it was built in, was it not, to like early some Windows, like 3.1.
I can't remember
I think
now.
it was built in there.
And I remember to play it, you had to answer some skill testing questions to make sure you were 25 years old.
Is that right? I
That's
don't
what it
remember
was,
that.
yep.
I remember that.
And me and my friend would try and get these answers.
Yeah.
Eventually we would, but it would take some time.
Do you
We were
remember
trying
any of
to
the
sneak
questions?
it. No, I don't remember now.
Too bad. Let's find them out for next time.
We should,
I know.
actually.
Yeah, you got a story for us?
Yeah.
Ooh, another one. The gifts, they keep on a-coming.
I guess.
Do-do-do-do.
All right. We're going to go to China.
Ooh, yeah. Would you rather go to China or India?
China.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, there's no question.
Yeah, no contest.
A man in China has raised eyebrows after using his family's life savings and stealing hundreds of thousands to send to a live streamer.
What was the first line of that?
A
Seriously.
man in China has raised eyebrows.
Oh, okay. Because my brain only heard eyebrows, and I'm like, what did this dude do with his eyebrows?
He has eyebrows.
Yeah, sorry. My apologies. Go on from where
His
where I
eyebrows are
interrupted there.
raised.
Yeah, I got it. God. Kids.
It's extremely common for fans of streamers to show appreciation for their content by sending them money,
Sure.
gifts, or subscribing to them. But one man in China took his obsession way too far. As reported by the South China Morning Post, a man with the surname Hong, shocker,
H-O-N-G or H-U-N-G?
H-O-N-G,
No, that's too bad, eh?
became so enthralled with a streamer calling him bro, he ended up draining his family of their life savings to send her cash.
What?
The man even resorted to eating plain steamed buns while sending everything he had to the...
$10.
Oh, did you hear my wheeze laugh? That was great.
I love steamed buns.
Who doesn't love steamed
Exactly.
buns? Anyways.
Yes, moving along.
Eventually, his family cut off access to their funds, so Hong resorted to breaking the law to acquire funds to send. The man, who was making deliveries as part of his family's hardware business, began stealing copper materials and sold the items to waste recycling stations.
What?
However, when a significant amount of copper went missing, a factory contacted the police, and Hong ended up turning himself in. When the authorities showed they had evidence of his financial transactions, Hong confessed to 40 thefts. In total, he had stolen $316,000, of all of which he sent to this streamer.
Wow.
I didn't want to meet her. I just wanted to hear her call me bro, he claimed.
I'll do it for a whole lot less. You know?
No, right?
Bro.
In total, he had sent the creator 4 million won, which is 550,000 US,
Wow.
which shocked the online community. If you just want to hear her call you bro, why not record it and play it on repeat, one user asked.
Good question.
Maybe he should see a psychiatrist, said
No
another.
question. No question.
So, yeah, I mean, I know these, online creators can make some cash. Like, it doesn't say who, what, when, or how, but
Maybe I need to get out there.
I can only imagine what else came with that. There had to be more to that than just saying bro.
Does there?
I don't know.
mean, like,
I don't know.
I understand where you're coming from. But that would be why you would put that in the story, wouldn't you?
You would think.
Like, you know,
would
if
think.
she was like, I don't know, rubbing an eggplant in the kitchen while saying bro over and over again. $15.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Then that would, I mean, it would hardly be defensible.
Right.
But for just saying bro,
Yeah.
like, what if you say the word, I don't know, gingerbread? Ooh, dude, stop saying that. You're getting me hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's weird, dude.
It is weird.
Mind you, I used to,
Go on.
well, I'm not sure why I think about this, but, so I used to teach English online to Koreans, corporate people, like not kids. And they have a real fascination with English, eh? And they all come up with English names.
Right.
Not the Korean names are pretty easy to pronounce, but they, for whatever reason, they all like to have an English name.
Yep.
So when I would first start with a student, I would say, do you have an English name you'd like me to call you? And lots of them did, you know, normal names, you know. Some of them were weird. There was, I remember a person whose name was, I had a friend of mine who also taught, and she had a student who was named Silver. It's not really a name. But then I had a guy, I said, do you have an English name you'd like me to call you? He's like, yes, I'd like to be called Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Yeah. And I'm just sitting there
Okay.
like, I can't call this dude Pumpkin.
No, that's weird.
Why not Honey?
Yeah.
Right,
Sweetie.
and I said, well, you understand that that's not a name, right? Inside, I'm laughing my ass
Of
off.
course.
But I'm not going to laugh at him.
No.
Right?
No.
And I'm like, that is actually not a name. It's a vegetable,
Yeah.
you know. And what's more is it's also a term of endearment, you know, that you might call a child or you might call a loved one,
Sure.
you know. And he's like, oh, I'd like to be called Pumpkin. I'm like, okay. You know, I explained it to him.
Yep.
I never called him Pumpkin.
No.
I never, ever called him by that name. Because I couldn't do it. I would have burst
It's
out
weird.
laughing.
It is weird.
You know. But,
What do you
yeah.
think the answer is, Pumpkin?
Yeah, Pumpkin, I'm very pleased with you today. You did very well on that paper. Okay.
What you got to close us out?
I got something.
Okay.
Now I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, God.
Don't be bashful.
Okay.
Mel,
Yes. Rod.
do you know what a butt plug is?
Yes.
Would you like to explain it to the class, please?
No.
You go, no?
No.
Did
I'll
I-
let you. This is your story. You can explain.
All right, well, I
it.
actually have I had no idea.
you have one?
I'd never heard of it. No, I've never heard of a butt plug before. That's a lie.
You're such a
But
liar.
I actually, you know, wasn't. I will admit that I have, you know, zero experience with said plug.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure that my understanding of it was complete and factual. So a butt plug is a sex toy that is designed to be inserted into the rectum for sexual pleasure. They often have a flanged end to prevent the device from being lost inside the rectum. 1,000,000 to 1 shot, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1. Okay. Now, have you ever in your life been for an MRI?
Yes.
Okay. You obviously had to take out any earrings or...
Yep.
Right. Okay. So
I think I know where this is going.
my dad had to go for one recently. He was a welder in younger years. So he had to first get x-rays done on his eyes
Oh.
to make sure there's no bits of metal in there. And I'm
Makes
like, how would you not
sense,
know?
yeah.
Apparently it's quite common.
Wow, eh?
Because you don't want the metal
No.
in your eyes when you're doing an
No,
MRI.
you do not.
Well, as it turns out, strangely enough, you don't want a butt plug in there while you're getting an MRI either, as we shall now discover. A woman was left with severe injuries after a sex toy she had inserted was pulled through her body during an MRI scan. The 22-year-old patient had placed the butt plug, I'm doing air quotes, In her back passage, love the British term. That's a British term. I love it. In her back passage before undergoing the MRI scan. However, the item reacted dangerously with the scanner, causing it to be dragged from her rectum and up into her body. MRI scanners utilize powerful magnets to generate detailed images of the body's interior, which are then used to diagnose conditions and plan treatments. The woman believed the sex toy was made entirely of silicone, but it actually contained a metal core. An image of the sex toy being pulled through her body has been shared online, leading to warnings about wearing metal objects during scans. Twitter user, shouldn't that be called X?
Yeah.
Home of the Nazi? Twitter user DreadPirate0 posted the picture in May last year, captioning it, "Never wear a butt plug to your MRI appointment." My God.
Shocker.
The post claimed the sex toy had been pulled through the patient's body and into their chest cavity, resulting in major injuries. Before an MRI scan, radiographers typically check whether patients have any metal objects on them. The patient at the U.S. hospital reportedly did not disclose that she had a sex toy inside her and believed it did not contain any metal. I have a question. I was going to wait to the end. Why would you wear it to an MRI?
I was going to ask the same question.
Well,
yes.
Do guys bring their fleshlights?
Yeah.
Maybe this is what could you possibly
I don't
decide?
know.
You know what? This is going to be boring. I might as well get off on it. What the okay.
Might as well wear my butt plug.
A report filed for the July 4th, 2023 incident, shared online, stated the patient had been left screaming after undergoing the MRI scan. Well, no doubt. A U.S. Health Department report detailed the shocking incident, stating, patient was screened for an MRI and did not disclose that she had a, air quotes, butt plug inserted. She went in for the MRI, and when the MRI was over and the tech was pulling the table out, the patient started to scream. The patient reported feeling nauseous, experiencing pain, and being on the verge of passing out. An ambulance was summoned, and she was transported to the hospital. Prior to transport, the online radiologist checked on the patient to ensure her well-being. Despite attempts to follow up, the patient has not returned any calls to update on her condition.
Wow.
This incident is among several severe MRI-related incidents in recent years. Notably in January 2023, a man accompanying his mother for an MRI scan was inadvertently shot in the groin when the machine's magnets caused his gun to discharge. Why are you bringing a gun to a... Oh, God. Whatever. Boo-hoo for him.
Man.
Stupid. Yeah, so lesson here, kids. My lesson, I have 2 lessons today.
Lessons of Rod.
Don't attach helium-filled balloons to a lawn chair.
No, don't do that.
If you insist on tie the pellet gun off with a piece of something to the arm of your lawn chair.
So you don't drop it.
You want that. Secondly, if you're going for an MRI, make sure there's no metal on you.
Yeah,
Specifically not a butt plug.
Nothing up your bum.
Yeah.
Or any of your orifices, really.
So what do you call those penile piercings? Prince Albert?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
No, I don't. I didn't know that there was an actual name to them.
I don't think there is.
Oh.
No, I'm already trapped. I've already busted myself.
Really?
I guess you'd have to take one of those out because that would really suck.
Yes, it would.
Yikes. So, those are some stories.
That's something else.
It is something else.
I should talk to my friend. She's a director at an MRI clinic.
Oh, yeah?
I should ask her if she's heard any horror stories like that.
What's her first name?
Christine.
Okay. So, do you have anything you want to say? Oh, yeah. First off,
yes.
Did we apologize for last week? Yeah, I guess we did.
Yes, we
did.
And
we are going to do a bonus episode to make it up to y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah, make it up to our absurdians.
Mm-hmm.
And, So, but anything you'd like to say to our lovely people?
Sure.
Please do.
You guys should check out our website, theabsurdpodcast.ca.
Oh, yeah.
And you can find some of our links there to Spotify and all of our different streaming platforms to check us out.
Heck yeah. And while it isn't up yet on social media, Facebook and Instagram, we will be posting some images of the merch you can get from us.
Mm-hmm.
And every day, every other day, we post some info, little pictures or whatever, some interesting stuff that either appears in our stories or just things that we find suitably absurd.
Yes.
So do follow us on socials. But more importantly, give us a review, 5-star, ideally.
Yes.
On Spotify at L.
Yeah.
And please share with friends, coworkers,
yes,
family
we
members.
would appreciate that.
Enemies, absolute strangers.
Absolute strangers.
Yeah. By the way, our poster is now up and perfectly workable at Strikers.
Excellent.
Guys, I'm not really into the whole capitalist thing too much, but I got to tell you, this place has outstanding wings.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
And I had fish and chips the other night.
Mm-hmm.
2-piece, $14 on sale. I could barely finish it. God, I wish I was eating it right now.
I don't know. Those nachos were pretty damn good too.
I have, yeah. I'm not a, you know what? I'm not a big nacho person.
You're not?
That's $25.
Yeah, sorry.
Like I like them, but I don't. They don't do it for me, dude.
They're delicious.
They're average. Ooh, lip smacking. Yeah. So anyway, thank you again, everyone. Thank you for being patient with us last week when we couldn't be here.
Yes.
And we hope you will come back again next week.
Mm-hmm.
And take good care of yourselves and one another.
Bye.
Bye.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.